vocabulary or other expressions you may want to practice and learn. And to start with, I'm gonna ask Warley to present yourself first.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. My name is Warley. I'm 26. I work as a
Your other expressions you
tech project
may.
manager here in Recife. In a general way, I used to be a host here on Talk and Talk before. I'm trying to go back on that, but my main goal this year on English is focus on to achieve an advanced level. On my knowledge of the language. And in a general way, I like to learn language. I speak Spanish actually, and I'm trying to be good in English as well. And yeah, I think that's all about me.
Great. Good to have you here and to hear back from you in English. Solange, welcome aboard.
Hello, welcome, good evening. My name is Solange. I'm here talking with you from Portugal, from the Oporto city. I'm already a colleague of this project probably since October last year. I have a son. I'm microbiologist. I like to read. And I'm been working last years in digital health. And I have a cat.
Very good. Nice to meet you in English now, I guess. First
Thank
time we
you.
talk in English.
Yes.
And Ivina, how are you? Present yourself, please.
My name is Ivina. I've been working as a education supervisor for 3 years, and how can I say? But I believe the power of education to change people and the world as well. And I dedicated some time of my life to do volunteer job.
Great. Very good. And I'm Philip. I'm the founder of Talk and Talk. It's been a while. I do not host an English immersion. Actually, it's been a while. I do not speak English. I feel my English is pretty rusty. I think I need to get back on some immersions to get into shape. And we're gonna talk about, are we distant ourselves from those close to us? And I guess it's a very deep and nice topic. Leandro, thank you for this theme. And the very first question is, do you think technology has made us closer or more distant from our loved ones, and why? And I'm going to start with Ivina. Can you answer this one first? Do you think technology made us closer or more distant from our loved ones, and why?
So I'm sorry, could you put those questions on chat?
Actually, I do not paste the questions in here just because it feels sometimes like a class. We are trying to get rid of the questions in the chat so we can pay attention to the questions and make a conversation flow more intentionally. So
Okay, could you repeat?
Yes, of course. Do you think technology has made us closer or more distant from our loved ones, and why?
So I think the technology has close us, but sometimes distance us. And it depends on how you use it.
And
That's
what about your personal experience? Do you use a lot? Do you think for yourself?
No, I don't use a lot. I don't have Instagram because when I used Facebook in the past,
Yeah.
I realized it, how can I say, but it changed my mind, my thoughts. I had some thoughts, and these thoughts weren't me, it's other people, and I cut off Instagram for that.
Very good. I wish I could that's one of my dreams, to not use social medias that much. Unfortunately, I have to work with it, but it drains my energy, it drains my positivity, so I understand that. And what about yourself, Warley? Do you think technology make us split us out from the loved ones or make us closer?
Yeah, I agree with Ivina. I can see the both sides, I think technology can bridge the gap between people far away, for example. So I don't know, I can speak with people from a lot of other countries or something like that. So it's nice, the use of technology for that. But in the same way, I know that technology is it's a distraction, and can distract us. So that's a complicated point related to not technology in a general way, because I think technology is a generic and big word, but social media, for example, and some kind of apps can do that with us, and it depends on how do you use that. So sometimes I feel that I'm used by the technology, I'm used by the cell phone or the social media, and I'm using that for no reason. And sometimes I I realize that okay, I'm using that a lot and I can change that, and I it's important to be with others, to have a nice conversation with my girlfriend, for example, without the cell phone, So I think you can use in the both sides, but it depends on how do you use that.
Yeah. And sometimes not sometimes, often enough, we spend too much time and we forget the other things, right?
Exactly that. Exactly that. And for example, New Year resolution for me, specifically, is to use less my cell phone and have less time, screen time. So in the last year, I was like I use like 4 or 5 hours per day of screen time on my cell phone, for example, and that's a lot. If you think about in the long run in the year, it's a lot of hours, and sometimes we can use that for a good reason to, I don't know, to study, to work, for good points. But when you see this amount of hours, you don't know how you are using that, if it's for funny or not. So for me, it's an important point, and we, in general way, we spent a lot of time on cell phone.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. And Solange, do you share the same opinion, or do you have a different one? How is your relationship with devices, technology, and does it set you apart from your loved ones or make you closer?
I have to agree with my both colleagues, because in fact, devices and technology, it's so easy to communicate nowadays that it's very easy also to forget to forget that we are living two kinds of two worlds at the same time, the virtual one and the real one. And if in a certain moment we can say I love you, for instance, and that is amazing. On the other hand, probably when I'm physically with the person, I'm always connecting with others. So I think the thing is, in fact, the connection when we are with a person, if even if it is our loves one or not, we have to connect. So being only with a person at once, we have to be more selective. I also agree with Warley. I made the same this New Year if we say if or
Yeah.
Resolution.
yes, resolution. I mean, no, I'm not talking about the resolution. I'm talking about the last night of the year, the 2025. I I forgot. I purposely decided not to be attached to the mobile. I decided to leave the device, my mobile, away because, or I was connecting with the moment and the persons that were gathering me, or I was connecting with other person and giving wishes and so on. So I think we are answer the question. I think we are getting away from our loved ones because we prefer to connect to the virtual world. It's more interesting, it's more easy, it's more enthusiastic, but that's the danger. I think that
Yeah,
is the danger.
the the grass is greener from the other side, right? So it's
Yes.
always more interesting. And do you think we spend enough time with family, friends, or loved ones besides
In
technology?
fact, no,
No?
no, because we are not there. We are in another world.
Yeah.
I could stay with my son, for instance, 10 minutes a day only, but truly 10 minutes a day. But I prefer spend 5 hours a day in my device with others, with the others persons. Some of them that doesn't want to know if I need a glass of water or if I need to cry, for instance.
Yeah.
So we have to prioritize the time that we spend with the persons we love, uh, by internet or physically, but connect with them. That's the point.
Yeah. And even let me ask you a question here. How often do you spend quality time with your family and friends? And do you think it's enough?
I think it's not enough, but I have a job, and when you have a job, you have to separate some things on your life. And I would like to spend more time with my family or my friends. And but when I stay with them, I I appreciate it because I'm not a person to connect all the time on cell phone. And I can to see on the eyes them. And I can speak, I can talk to them, only talk, not talk, how can I say, but talk and use your cell phone at the same time.
Same time, yeah.
Yes, only talk. But it's the real life.
Yeah, I have been talking to my girlfriend about that when we go to places or restaurants or anywhere, it's both of us, and just try to get rid of the devices to be present on the moment. It's like the mindfulness description itself, to be there, to look in the eyes or to feel and to create memories. I think that's like it's interesting when I go to concerts nowadays, not too much, but nowadays I see a lot of people like recording videos and etc. And I think it's cool to have those moments recorded.
But it's not
But
all the time.
exactly, because then you're gonna watch it back again. I don't think so. And you're gonna forget the memories you had in there or the feelings you had. So yeah,
I think
Can I say
the great
something?
question is to be present. To
yeah,
be present.
yeah, and it's hard. Lots of
Yes.
distractions. Go ahead, Solange.
Yes. I have a theory. We have a day, each of us have as a day of 24 hours, right? And if we divide the day in three parts, we will have 3 blocks of 8 hours. So we have a block to work, more or less, no? We have a block to sleep, and we still have a block to do wherever you want. And we have to be very, very selective to use that block with things that give us the best of life, right? Even if you decide to read a book or to take a walk or go to the gym or continue to sleep, you have to eat, you have to take a bath, you have to go to the bathroom. So in fact, that 8 hours maybe stay for probably 5 hours. So you still have less than you think. So we have to take very careful when where we are spending our time and
Our
being
precious
with
time.
yes, our precious time. So it's not about the quantity. I was talking all. It's about the quality.
Exactly.
So when I have the opportunity to be with my son or with a friend, if she is available, I have to be available. That's the point. So other issues of my life will stop for a moment, and that's okay.
They can wait
So
a little bit.
yes, we have to. It's like a wave. We have to go with the wave to the right, to the left, and see and enjoy life with the things that nourish us, that give us pleasure. That's my idea.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go to Arley to keep going this topic, this subject about quality, as Solange Ibne has wonderfully brought up. Do you have this quality of time? How is it for you nowadays? Do you think you have quality time to really be close to people you care about, or are you like in the automatic way and not paying attention on the present moment?
Yeah. First of all, I think I don't have the this frequency of time in a general way or so often, and I think it's common actually because well I would love to have more time and to have more frequency of quality time with my friends and my parents, but I have my obligation. I need to work. I live far away from my parents, for example. So it's complicated, but as Solange said, the key is intentionality, you know. The most important points about the quality of this time and not the quantity of times or the frequency exactly that you have. So the most important point is, for example, when you are to have a conversation or when you are on a dinner with your girlfriend, it's important to be there present, you know, and not using the cell phone or doing another thing. So the most important thing for me is intentionality. That's the key.
Yeah, and I think when we think about that and just recalling out my my present time with family, and people I care about, I have been working so much that sometimes even when I'm with them, I'm still working with because of my cell phone, and drives me crazy sometimes. And at this moment, I have no choice. It's not that I don't have a choice, but like I have a choice, and the choice is to not earn money. So I'm still in this process of building up the team to have people to give support to everyone. So sometimes I get myself answering or And some students, they get mad when we don't answer quickly. Sunday night, midnight, and Monday morning, they are crazy. A lot of question marks, like, you're not gonna answer me? Yes, calm down. So I got a student on Christmas calling out, hey, and it was a student from the scholarship for French and Spanish we are sharing on LinkedIn. And yeah, it was all BS that he said to me. And then it drives me crazy. And every time I think, I wish one day I can just delete social medias and everything else. But anyway, what are the things, and I'm gonna ask you, Ivina, what are the things or common reasons people become distant from those close to them? What are your takes on this? What are the reasons people get distant from the ones they care about?
I think our job has been stressful a lot. And sometimes, principally when you work in education, you need some silence. You need some silence in your mind, and you don't want to talk and to straight some relationships. And I think, in my opinion, my case, job and sometimes job to deal with people is difficulty and stressful as well.
Yeah, I think the capitalism brings that, right? I don't know. Anyway, Warley, what do you think about the reasons why people get distance?
I believe that we have two sets of reasons, The first is related to the common life things, related to life stage changes, for example, move to another city, job, and all these common things that we have. And it drives you to that, and put you distant from other people. And I think it's common. It happens, And the other ones is related to your habits, I believe, and one of them is related to the use of cell phone and this kind of things, because you maybe have a easy choice to do. For example, use a cell phone or not, to be there or not, and pay attention on something or not, So I guess that we have these kinds of reasons, and the common things related to common life things that's more complicated to change, and some in others are related to things that you can change, and the habits and the way that you drive your life in a general way, and the way that you deal with your relationships is another,
And what about you, Solange? What do you think it makes
Yes,
people
I have
distant
to
from each
say
other?
that I agree with both, with Ivna and Warley. We are we are surviving for the moment. We are living with high pressure, high social pressure, and it's in different contexts, like working, of course, and even when we are in the street or making some shopping, not make, it's only shopping. Shopping or to take a walk, we are always dealing with high pressure. Um, on the other hand, the opportunity to be always connected to a virtual world make us addicted to dopamine, right? So this is a huge reason why we are dealing with the emotional unbalance, right? So we are always moving around dopamine and stress and dopamine and stress. So we are not able to regulate ourselves, and we are always trying to feel well with something external, like TV, like a movie, like um, a game on internet, like a traveling. So I think I have to say that I'm a little bit worried with myself, because I'm feeling each day less human, and this is a challenge to figure out what I have to continue doing or improve or do more to feel more human, because everything around me is getting so stressed, so faster, so confused, that one of the things I decided to do to improve my life is to be aware from the screens, to spend less time on the screens. So, and the other thing is to reduce the digital waste, the digital uh, information. It's terrible. The rhythm, the it's very fast. We say velocity. How can I say the velocity of
The
the?
speed?
Yes, the speed, it's huge. So it's also, it's impossible to be aware of everything that is happening in the world. So I quit. I quit, and I feel very well without it. So that's the point. So if I am with some friends and we are discussing something, I'm sorry, I never heard. I don't know, and that's okay. Please explain me, or I would like to know more, and that's okay. It's about my life. It's about being well, feeling well, and being so much comfortable with myself that I can give me to the others. That's the point. I think we have a trigger here that stop. You will not die. Stop, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's an idea.
For example, I wish I could be 100% on this conversation, but at the same time, I have some students blaming on me because I'm sharing this Spanish and French for free, and what I'm asking is to people to study every week. Otherwise, they lose their scholarship. And there are some people blaming on me, and because I'm doing that for free, and it requires a lot of support, a lot of energy, and we don't have a team to do that. Still, we don't, and it's crazy. Of course, I wish I could do other things right now, but we have one of the students that couldn't be here to attend the meeting, and sometimes and I'm telling you all of this because sometimes I feel it's hard to keep the presence on things that we are doing. Of course, there are choices. Every time we have choices, and we make choices second by second. We make choices, but sometimes, especially on internet nowadays, and that's why I envy Ivina about not having social media, because yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And at the same time, I was having a conversation before this meeting. I have been having meetings since 2 p.m. in a row, and I'll have others. I have an immersion in Spanish at 7, and then I have a break, and then I have another at 9 to finish at 10. Not sustainable at all. I know that.
Yeah.
But I had the chance to talk to a friend of mine from like years ago, because he was we are in touch on Instagram, sharing memes and etc. And that's exactly my question now that we have from the list. How do we rebuild connections with those we cared about in the past, and we still care, but we are not in touch anymore with the same time or frequency? And usually I share memes with some of them sometimes. Do you people have anything that you keep, or you rebuild the connections you had in the past to be
Yes, I have.
close?
I have.
Yeah. How do you
Can
do
I
it?
start? Can
Yeah,
I
go
start
ahead.
while
Yeah,
and
please.
if not? We have a life, right? And in the certain moments of our life, a friend, a moment, something happened. Um, we laugh because of something. We bought something together. We went to an event, something like that. So special moments, right? And we have a collection of special moments, each of us. During all the day long, or even the year long, when I'm in the street or even in a meeting, if something happen in my life, something that makes me remember that moment with my friend Annabella or with my friend Paulo, I sent him a message. You know what? You know what? I think, do you remember that moment when we stayed together and we bought that, something like that, just to make a little connection with him? This has been so amazing in my life. I think all of us are praying, all of us are praying to have someone that deeply remembers us genuinely. So I like it so much that I'm doing it often, but it has to be very genuine. It has to be real. So it works. They get really satisfied, and then it's like a change. They share also with me. So probably in some weeks and some months, something happened with their lives, and they share with me, and this is sharing a circle. So we have to say our beloved ones that we care and we love them like that. The time is passing by and we don't know how much time we'll stay here. So the point is, say I love you, say I care with you, show that we care with them. That's the point.
Yeah. I think we have some special moments like birthdays that they help to keep in touch, right? Not just say on the internet, happy birthday, like we
It's
do.
not enough. It's not enough. You
Yeah,
can do more. You can do
yeah,
more.
yeah. Even do you have any things or any idea or suggestions or things you do to rebuild or to keep in touch, even from distance?
So I'm a person that has some friends, how can I say, but in phases of my life. So I have some friends, childhood friends, university friends, and I think it's easier to make friends when you were how can I say, but teenager.
Yeah,
It's
when you're
easier.
younger.
Yes, younger. But when you start to work, I'm tired. So yes, but I think the cell phone can help us to rebuild some friends. But in my case, I'm happy to live this kind of life. When my friends in the past and in the moment I'll make other friends and a long time, but friends come, friends go, and my life it's normal to live that.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people, they have these friends from high school, when they were younger. I don't know what happens to me. I don't know if it happens to Solange and Warley as well, but I cannot, like, I have some friends from college. I have one friend from my teenagerhood. I have one or two friends from college, one from the first job I had. No, not anymore. Not in touch with him. So I can't keep up with friendships too long. And sometimes I feel like, am I like wrong or with
Why
something
not?
broken?
Why not?
Something
You want
broken?
to, it takes effort. You have to profound the connection, the meaning. But why not? What do you think it's happening? It's
I
about
don't
your
know.
time.
No,
Are you
like,
available? Are you available?
yeah, I think it's both sides. There are people that, like, I think different life stages, different, like when you meet someone when you're 15 or 20, it's different when you're 30, 35, 40, 50. And I think that's play a huge thing on friendship. But for example, I have this friend from when we're teenagers, and we are not in touch like every week or every month, but from time to time we talk and we see each other. We like to play sports together, and I'm moving to a place near his place. He has just become daddy now, and it's a different moment for his life. I'm not a father yet, so I think the conversation, it changes as well, right?
Yes, true.
But we keep in touch, but it needs both sides to work out, right?
I think he's thinking the same thing like you, your friend.
Yeah. But there are other friends that, like, yeah, it's cool. It's a nice person.
Call him tonight. Call him.
Yeah.
Just to say
Yeah.
hi, see if you're okay, that's okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah, if someone calls me, just, hey, I remembered you and
Yeah,
want
it's
to say hi.
amazing, right?
I think I'm
Yes.
gonna, what's happening? Are you okay?
Mhm.
It's crazy.
I miss you.
Yeah, but it takes someone to take the first step, right?
Yes, true. So you have to unblock
Yeah.
that beliefs.
Yeah. And you, Warley, how is your relationship with your friends or old friends or people you're not in touch anymore? How do you to rebuild connections? How is it for you? Are you a weirdo like me that people just get away from you, or I don't know?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's complicated when you have a lot of obligations to keep in touch with others and to maintain this connection with your friends, mainly the ones that you had before, you know. For example, I have one or two friends from high school and one or two from the college and something like that. But sometimes it's a different life stage, as you said, you know. You both don't have the same subject anymore, and that's common, I guess. But I believe it's important to just maintain the contact and not just to speak about the important things or I don't know, work and professional life and all this stuff and all this stuff. I don't know, just to send memes, you know, on Instagram, and that's okay. You don't talk anything, just send and receive memes, and that's okay. Uh, but it's important to just reach out sometimes, and well, sometimes when I'm I'm watching a video and I remember a friend, for example, I send the video to him, and I believe that's nice when we have just this contact, and well, uh, how are you? Is everything okay? And this contact is important, but I agree that's complicated to maintain. And I believe that people think about uh, to reach out someone and to have this contact, it needs to be often, and I don't believe that's so important. I think it's maintain the contact is important.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to have something common to share at the moment, right?
Exactly.
And how social media helps or harms these relationships we have. I know Ivana is gonna have some trouble to answer this question, so I'm gonna ask back Warley now to start with how social media helps or harm the relationship with close friends and especially family.
Yeah, as I said before, I think interesting usage of technology and social media is that we are talking about, related to be connected. Maybe if we don't didn't have the these social media and these apps, it could be complicated to keep in touch with people far away from us. So technology and social media and all these apps, it's important for that. So in this way, I think it helps a lot. But in the other way, I think social media give us a illusion of connection, because you are seeing uh, some specific points about their lives, and you think that you are connected with the person, and you are just updated from a specific part of their lives. So it's not the same. It's not the same of to be connected with the person and talk about a lot of things and to know exactly what's going on with their lives. It's just a specific part of a specific moment of the day of the person. So it's not the same, but in general, I think the social media give us the 2 points, the help one and the harm one.
And you, Solange?
Yes, I agree also. We already talked about it. Using technology has to be very balanced. My suggestion is always the same: being with a person once at the same time. So only only a person. It's enough and should be enough. You have to be present. You have to connect. You have to be available. So it could help if well enjoyed, used, but could also be very harmful. And I have to say that the boundary it's very slight. So take care. Take awareness of your consumption of digital information, and try to enjoy your life, the life you have. That's the point.
And Ivana, looking from the outside outwards, I don't know if it's correct. Looking from the outside, do you think social media helps or harms relationships between friends and family?
I think it depends on the form you use the social media. In my case, I don't use because I related some things, but I think in some cases it's help, principally when you, how can I say, but you are shy? No, it's shy?
Shy, yeah, you're shy.
Shy, it's correct. Tímido, né?
Yeah.
Yes, shy. I think it's can help them people. And when you work from social media, it's important as well. But I think we should separate sometimes for us, only us, by myself, and to understand how you think and how you learn and what you want to your life. Not people want to your life, but you want to your life. And I think it depends.
Yeah. What I've seen, and I understand it depends, but mostly from my experience, I've stopped sharing things on social media. About anything I like, music, about a piece of art, about
Do you use only work, right?
yeah, LinkedIn is my job, basically. Instagram, I do not use to work like I should. Instagram is not my thing, and I have like a personal profile, and from time to time I close it and sometimes I open it. At this moment it's open, but I've decided to stop sharing things that I enjoy, memes or things like that, because or even when I'm training or practice. I don't know if Warley follows me on Instagram, but like years ago, I used to post me going to run, going to swim and exercise
Yeah.
every morning.
I
And
remember that.
and sometimes people started to see and start, hey, how can you exercise like in the middle of the day, like I don't know, in the afternoon, and it was like early in the morning, like 7 a.m. But they just saw, like at the moment they were working, and they saw me there on stories and thought that I was running or practicing sport like 2 p.m. in the afternoon, like, and then started to judge me, and I started to hear back from some people judgments like about that.
The answer correct is it's none of your business.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, yeah, it's exactly that. I remember once I posted drink coconut water in the morning, and people judged me, like one or two people, rich guy, like you should be going to work or something like that. But I had these moments to work and get crowded public transportations, but I had the chance, and I think about the opportunities, and I decided to shift my career to start a business as a private English teacher with no money. Now I have the life I dreamed about 10 years ago, but it took me like 8, 9 years to achieve that. And I'm still working as hell, you know? So, but yeah, depending on the person, it affects me, especially when it's someone close you care about. But I
They
understand.
have you. They have you.
Yeah, but I understand it shouldn't affect, but affects.
Mm.
And that's why I bring that to therapy. And that's a good thing about the immersions. I was like, I'm gonna be honest.
Or to be a low profile.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm doing right now. So I do a lot of things I do not post anymore. But I'm gonna be honest, I was really tired to be on this immersion. I was really tired. And I started like, oh, I wanted just to take a nap a little bit, or just rest or lay on my bed. But then this talk
It
refueled me.
helped. Yes, it
Yeah,
helped.
brought me a lot of energy. So I think that's the greatness about the immersions itself. It's not just about the language. It fuels you somehow. And the topic, by the way, I didn't know the topic. Yeah, it was good. I hope you're feeling the same way I'm feeling right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes immersion is like a therapy, right?
Yes,
Yes.
I also think the same thing.
Yeah. That's why we are working hard to make, the basic plan, the conversation plan, more accessible as time comes, and we are making profit from the other plans with more complexity and with the follow-ups and the feedbacks and everything else. But the basic plan where people can just join and talk, it should, and it's going to be more accessible from time to time. So even when we get bigger, it's going to be more accessible, so we can have more people, because the good thing is having different people all the time going back and forward. And I think it's important to have that different people from different backgrounds. So Solange is in Europe, in Portugal,
Yes.
while is in Recife. Even where are you from, more or less?
Minas Gerais, Tate.
Minas Gerais. So I'm São Paulo. So different stories, different ideas,
Lives.
maybe very different opinions about a lot of things, but at the same time we are here together sharing, and it's wonderful.
Yes.
So I'm gonna just finish up. I'm going to switch to Spanish in 5 minutes. Let's see how it goes. Spanish, it hurts still, but it's going to be interesting. Thank you, Solange, Ivna, Warley. It was such a amazing conversation.
Thank you so much for sharing.
I think it's been a very long time that I don't have a very good conversation in English here. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Buenas noches.
Yeah, sí.
Hasta pronto.
Mucho gusto. Gracias.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much.